I'm good. Let's see who else is here. Kathy, Autumn.
Evening.
Hey, Erica. Hi. Whoa. And Rich. Hey.
Hey, Meredith.
Hi. Oh, there we go. I need to get a stand for this.
Have you got some people in the studio, or are you all alone?
No, it's just me.
We're all so lazy. It's like, I don't want to.
A couple people were signed in, and then they said, I don't know. It's strange. But yeah, a couple people canceled. It's okay. I won't take it personally.
Well, summer is always been a tough time, no?
What's that? Summertime?
Summer is really smaller, no?
Yeah. Yeah, we were just saying how summertime generally less people, more people are going outside, doing things outside. All right, we're gonna go with Modern Folk in the Garden. So if you're following along with my Amazon playlists, it's called Modern Folk in the Garden. And if you're joining us from home, if you have a block or two and possibly a blanket, go ahead and gather those. I'm gonna get started. I think we have one or two more people joining us this evening. Anybody have any requests?
Whatever.
We got to get rabbit in. We didn't do rabbit and camel the other day. So.
Ooh, camel sounds good.
Okay, I'll try and remember to do those. Michelle, you got anything for us?
No, I'm down for anything.
You're down for anything. I like your attitude. How about Sharon?
No, you cover it, I'm sure. all the usual stuff. All the stretching. All the stretching.
Stretching. Okay.
Yeah, stretching is good.
Stretching is good. Okay. So I'm going to mute you all, and then I will be the active speaker. You can bring it into active speaker mode, or you can keep it on this nice gallery mode where you can kind of see everybody. And then we'll just come to an easy seated position. We're just going to start off with some breathing. So go ahead and lengthen up through the crown of the head. You need to take a blanket or a block underneath the seat here, and that'll just elevate the hips, bringing the hips up higher than the knees. And the idea is to create this nice container for the breath. And then just breathing in and out here, start to settle in. You can see if you can allow your jaw to relax. Dropping the jaw open just a bit, soften the face, and start to come into the breath. And then as you inhale, just finding this expansion across the lungs and then the belly. And then on the exhalation, just allowing for the lungs and then the belly to beat. And also as you inhale, see if you can find that length up to the crown of the head. So growing tall. And on your exhalation, find that sense of just settling in and sinking down a bit more. Another breath in. Exhale it fully, and we'll take the hands together here and just joining the palms, bring your thumbs right to heart center. Taking a moment just to allow an intention to arise for your practice this evening. And then we'll seal that intention with the sound of breathing. So inhaling. Om. take a breath in here. And just exhale your breath. Go ahead and blink open the eyes and release the hands here. And then sliding the hands forward. Go ahead and let the elbows drop toward the earth. And then as you inhale, just make like you're dragging the floor toward you. From there, allow your heart to lift. And then as you exhale, start to round through your spine. So bringing your chin to your chest, press into your hands. As you inhale, the belly will lengthen, the heart will lift. Think of broadening through the collarbones here. And as you exhale, rounding the spine, chin to your chest, allow your pelvis to rock back. So allowing the pelvis to get involved, go ahead and lengthen through the belly, extend the heart. Exhale, rounding the spine, chin to your chest, press into the hands actively. One more, breathing in. Lengthen through the belly. This time as you exhale, we'll press the floor away and then curling the tail under, rounding up through the spine. Sweeping the arms up here like you're taking off your shirt. As you exhale, just taking a twist to your right. On the inhale breath, go a little taller here. And then on the exhale breath, start to build your way into this twist. So creating length, creating space, and then think of twisting into that sweep that you just created. One more breath here. Growing tall, stay in the twist. We'll take this other arm and bring it alongside the ear and take a side bend. Over in the other direction. Keep your chest turning up here. Lengthen out through that sideways breath in. Sweep this hand down. We'll find the other knee, and from here, relax the back of the neck. And then on inhale breath, sweep the arms all the way up. And this time, backstroking the arms back behind you. Keep the fingertips here. We'll bend the elbows just a bit. From there, lift your heart, and then allow the chest to lift. A little bit of a back bend. One more breath. And from here, wrapping back your sitting bones, just switch the cross on the legs. So bring that other shin in front. Go ahead and readjust the hands. And then let your elbows drop. From here, let your pelvis tilt. So breathing in as you breathe out. Press the floor away, round through the spine. On an inhale, elbows drop, the heart lifts, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, pressing into the hands, round through the spine. Actively pressing the floor away, and then think of dragging the floor towards you, starting to lengthen through the belly. Exhale, pressing into the hands, round through the low back. One more like that. Inhale here, the belly will lengthen. This time as you exhale, rounding up, let the fingertips drag, engaging those abdominals here. Sweep the arms. And as you exhale, just take a twist out to your left. Inhale to first grow taller. And as you exhale, building your way into this twist. So the crown of the head will lengthen up toward the ceiling, creating some space here. And then think of twisting into that space that you created. Once again, inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twisting out. And then staying in this twist, take that other arm, bring it alongside the ear. See if you can take a side bend in that opposite direction. Lengthen out through the sideways here. Keep the sitting bone grounding down. We'll sweep this hand down. Find your knee, fold over, relax the neck. And then as you inhale, sweeping the arms all the way up. Backstroke the arms back behind you. Come to fingertips here. Bend the elbows just a bit. And then from there, lift your heart, lift your chest. Staying here, peeling hips away from your blocker mat. One more breath. And exhale, releasing, sliding off of your lap or blanket here. We'll come onto hands and knees. So bringing those hips and knees in line, see if you can stack the shoulders and the wrists. Spread through the fingers here, and then pressing down into the floor with finger pads and knuckle pads. A little bit of a warm up for the wrists, just kind of shifting back and forth. Getting those wrists acclimated to having some weight. And after you've gone through a couple of cycles, we'll do a little circle. So a lot of us are working on the computer, your laptop, or from our phones. So giving the wrists some attention, and then reverse that circle. So coming in the opposite direction, small circles here. Keep the fingers spread, pressing down into all parts of the hand. We'll come back to the middle, and then when you're ready from here, just lengthening the belly, allow your heart to lift these lifts. On an exhalation, press into the hands like you're pressing the floor away. So chin coming toward your chest. Inhale, stem the heart, drop the belly. And on an exhale breath, press into the floor round all the way up through the spine. We're just moving through cat-cow here. Pressing the hands around all the way up. The chin will come toward the chest. One more, so you can lengthen through the belly. And then as you exhale, press into the hands. We'll round all the way up. And this time, separate the knees a little wider apart from those big toes together. Sinking the hips for the heels, inch the fingertips out long in front of you. Press into the hands and hover the elbows away. We'll walk it out to the right here. And then as you lay over that right thigh, so you can reach your hips over to the left. And just breathe into that whole left side. Another breath in. And then keep this nice and long. We'll walk it through center. and make your way over to the left this time as you press into the hands. Reach your hips over to the right. Breathing into that right side. One more breath. Come back to the center. Keep the arms out long in front of you. This time shifting forward onto all fours. Bring your shoulders so they're slightly forward to the wrist. And as you exhale, drawing back, let the tailbone rock you back, rounding through your spine. So inhale, the belly lengthens. Moving into more of an extended cat-cow. Take your time. Go through a couple more cycles. Moving with your breath. And then the next time you shift forward, we're going to take this around to the right. So taking larger circles this time, bring your hips all the way back toward the heels, actively pressing into the hands. We'll circle it around to the left. Go through a couple of circles in one direction here, taking your time. And then the next time you shift forward, I'm going to reverse this circle. So coming in that opposite direction, keep actively pressing into your hands. And then the next time you shift forward, from here, we'll slide the hands in just a bit. Take this right leg and bring it straight back behind you. Tuck the toes under here, start to rock back and forth. Kind of waking up through the back of that leg. The next time you press back through the heel, hold. Find that stretch from your heel all the way through to the sitting bone. Shift forward just a bit. We'll lift the leg, engage the belly, and then take your left hand back around and just make sure the hips are level here. Tap the toes down and rise up. Try not to elevate through that right hip. After you've gone through a couple of cycles, we'll lengthen this left arm alongside here, tapping down and rising up. Take your time. A couple more cycles, just finding that engagement through the core. This last one, find that full extension from your fingertips all the way back through the heel. Taking the hand down here, release the foot to the floor, extend to that right arm, and we'll take a little circle here, waking up the wrist. Circling in that opposite direction, really activate the back leg. Take a breath in, circle this arm around toward the front wall. And then releasing the hand down, take your left foot back to your right. Fire up the belly, press into the hands actively. Fire up the legs as you exhale, just drawing those thighs back. And we'll come to downward dog, pedaling in place. So bending one knee. As you reach and straighten that opposite heel towards your mat, still kind of waking up the backs of the legs, getting things moving. And then from here, we'll lengthen the heels toward the floor. Actively pressing into the hands here, chest moving toward the thighs, heeling forward and come to that high plank once again. Shoulders over top of the wrist, come forward to tippy toes. We'll take the knees down and see if you can hug your elbows in and control your descent all the way onto the belly. Nice, activate the legs and just peel the chest away. We'll take a baby cobra and then rolling through the forehead, see if you can peer over that right shoulder and then the left, and just go through that a couple of times. Peeling the right side of the chest away. And then the left side of the chest. And we'll come back into the middle. Press back onto all fours. So realign just a bit. And then as you're ready, the left leg extends right back. So from here, take that leg up to hip height. And then see if you can drop the hip a bit and allow that thigh to roll in. Take your right hand back, level your hips. Take that arm alongside your breath in. Tapping down from here, rising up. Keep the back of the neck long. Find that lift through your belly. Find that connection through your core. Tapping down and rising up, reaching through the back heel. Nice. On this last one, we'll hold. Find that length of both directions, engaging your core. And then taking the hands to the floor, release the heel to the mat. Take this left arm up this time, make a fist. And just take a little circle. Circling the other way here. Find a lift up out of that right wrist. And then sweep this arm alongside you. Breathe into those low ribs. And release the hand down, taking that right foot back to meet the left. Engage the shoulder blades here, firmly on the back. Lift through the belly. Find that connection to the core, and then draw your thighs back. Into downward dog, and we'll pedal again. Bending a knee and straightening a knee, taking your time. And then lengthening the heels towards your mat, lifting up through the sitting bones. See if you can actively press the floor away. We'll lift the heels high, peel forward, and come back into a plank. Shoulders over top of the wrist, coming forward to tippy toes, taking the knees down. Control your descent here, elbows hugging in, lowering onto the belly. Activate the legs and then peel the chest away. Take cobra, and this time rolling through, just kind of peering over that left shoulder. And then the right, rock back and forth a couple of times, rolling through the forehead. And just getting that left side of the chest away from the mat, and then the right, a little bit of a back bend. The next time we'll release back to the center, tuck the toes, press into the hands, take your thighs up and back. Pedal in place one more time. And then nice and steady, just allow that pedaling to become walking. So we'll take a walk all the way to the head of your mat. Take a deep bend of the knees here. Let your chest collapse onto the thighs, let the head be heavy. You can take a little opposite elbows if you like. And we'll just take a little side to side sway. Starting to open up your side body. And then coming to rest in the middle. Let the head be heavy, nod it yes, shake it no. Soften the knees here, pull up and in the belly, and then grounding down through the feet. See if you can make your way up to stand stacking one vertebrae on top of another. Roll your shoulders back to the top. I'll readjust my mat. And we'll come to stand in Tadasana. So lifting all 10 toes away from the floor. Spread your toes here, and then bring them down one at a time. Starting with those big toes coming all the way down to the pinkies. And then from there, find that lift of the inner heel. Let that lift carry up, lifting the kneecaps and use the quads. Drop the tailbone down as you lengthen the front of the head toward the ceiling. On an inhale, taking the arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold over the legs. We'll lengthen the belly. Hands might come to shins or thighs to really get that length of the spine. And then fold forward once again, ground the feet. Take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out here, Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward over your legs. Long spine, hands to shins or thighs. Holding forward, ground the feet here. Take your arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out, Tadasana. On an inhale, taking the arms up overhead, hinging from the hips, fold forward over the legs. This time, finding a long spine, keep the heart drawing forward, and we'll take the right leg back into a lunge. And then see if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor here. Finding a little more engagement of the belly. And as you exhale, stepping that left foot back to meet your right. Downward dog. Glide forward into a plank, or into two toes. Take the knees down, hug your elbows and lower down to the floor. And then peel your chest away, activate the legs. Take cobra. Tuck the toes, pressing into the hands. We'll take the thighs up and back together. Taking that right leg straight back on an inhale, step it all the way forward between the hands. Come back to fingertips. Step that left foot to meet your right, fold over. Round your feet here, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. Breathing out, Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward over your legs. Lengthening the belly here, heart draws forward. This time take your left leg out. Putting light on the fingertips here. And as you exhale, stepping that right foot back to meet your left. Down dog. Glide forward into a plank. Come forward to two big toes, lower the knees. With control, lower down to your belly. Activate the legs here, lift the chest away. Cobra. Tuck the toes, press into the hands. Take your thighs up and back to down dog. On an inhale, this time the left leg will rise. We'll step it all the way forward between the hands. Come back to fingertips here. And as you exhale, step that right foot to meet your left. Fold over the legs. Ground the feet, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. Breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, arms sweep. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward over your legs. Lengthening the belly here, heart draws forward. We'll take the right leg back. And then light on the fingertips. In fact, see if you can lift the fingertips away from the floor a bit more, activate the legs. And here, grounding the palms, stepping that left foot back to meet the right. Down dog. Glide forward into a plank, lowering the knees, or lower your plank to the ground. Rising up into a larger cobra this time. Tucking the toes, press into the hands, thighs draw up and back. Downward facing dog. We'll raise the right leg, and the knee, and just bend the hip open here. Take a little circle of your ankle, circling the other way. And then lengthen the leg. From here, drawing that nose toward your knee. Inhale to extend. Draw the nose toward the knee. One more like that. This one's going to come all the way forward between the hands. Kind of light on the fingertips here. And then just rise to a high lunge. Relax the jaw. Soften the face. Find this reach and extension up through the arms. Deep breaths in and out. Settle into the hips a bit here. Take another breath in. Exhale, and then maybe a little bend in the knees. We'll open up to the right. Taking that left hand down to the floor or the block. Sweep this right arm alongside your ear. And then take the hands on either side of this front foot if you need to grab your blocks. So lifting through your chest. As you exhale, lengthen over the leg. As you rebound, the heart will draw forward. And as you exhale, lengthening all the way through that leg. 2 more. Moving with your breath. On this last one, we'll lengthen all the way through that front leg. Maybe hopping the back foot in just a bit, soften your feet. Take another breath in here. Exhale fully. We'll inhale, rebound the front knee, heart draws forward. Step the left foot to meet the right here, fold over the legs. Rounding the feet, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. Breathing out, Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping the arms. Hinge from the hips, a little bend in the knees as needed. Long spine, keep the heart drawing forward. This time taking the left foot back into the lunge. And then lift the fingertips away from the earth. Energize through the back thigh. And from here, taking the palms down, step your right foot back to meet your left. Downward dog. Glide forward into a plank. Lowering the knees, lower your plank to the floor, or this time lowering halfway. Chaturanga. Rise to cobra or upward facing dog. Making your way back into downward dog. This time, taking that left leg back. Bend the knee, fan your hip open, take a little circle of the ankle. And then circling the other way, we'll lengthen through that leg, square the hips off here. And then from here, draw your nose from your knee. Re-extend. Nose to your knee. One more like that. This is going to come all the way forward between the hands, onto fingertips here, and then just rising into a high lunge. Find a little hugging in of the inner thighs here, like you go lock between the legs. And then soften the face. Find this reach extension up through your arms. Deep breaths in and out. Settling in a bit here, take another breath in. And then maybe taking a little bend to this back knee, take a breath, we'll exhale, open out to the left. This time, right palm comes down to the floor of the block. Reach the left arm alongside the ear. And then releasing the hands on either side of that front foot, lifting through your chest. Exhale, lengthen over the leg. Rebound, the heart will draw forward. Exhale, lengthen all the way through that leg. 2 more like that. On this last one, maybe hopping the back foot in just a bit, ground your heel, soften over. Softening into the stretch, one more breath. Rebound the front knee, heart draws forward, fingertips here, hands over the heart. Bring weight into the left foot, right foot comes to meet it, fold over. Ground the fingers, take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. Breathing out, Tadasana. Inhale, taking the arms up. Hinge from your hips here, fold forward. And we'll lengthen the belly. Step into a plank. Take a moment to set the shoulder blades here, rock forward to tippy toes. Lower the knees, lower down to your mat, or coming into chaturanga this time. Rising into cobra, really press into the floor, press the floor away. If you're coming into upward, exhale, down dog. Deep breaths. Spreading through the fingers. As we anchor down through those index fingers and the thumbs, find that lift up to the sitting bones, thighs drawing back. We'll take another breath in. Bottom of the exhale, bend your knees, look forward to your hands. You can step here or maybe hop all the way to the head of the neck. Nice, lengthen the belly. And then folding forward, ground your feet here. Take the arms all the way up as you breathe in. And breathing out. Tadasana. Inhale, sweeping the arms. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. We'll find a long spine here, and then planting the hands. You're walking to step or maybe jump back. Chaturanga. Lowering the knees or lowering your plank to the floor. Always an option. Rising into cobra. We're coming into upward dog, so you can lift the thighs away from the mat. Nice, we come to down dog. Deep breaths in and out. Settling in here. Take another inhale. Exhale your breath. And then we'll take a deep inhale. At the bottom of the exhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Stepping or maybe hopping, top of your neck. Lengthen the belly. Folding forward, bend the knees, sink the hips. Take the arms up alongside the ears. Give it a share. Take a breath. And as you exhale, fold all the way back down over straight legs. Long spine here, planting the hands. You're welcome to step or jump, chaturanga. Press the floor away, coming into upward. Welcome back to down dog. Take the right leg back, stepping it forward between the hands. Keep your back heel to the mat. We'll float the arms up here. Come to the Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale to open up to 2. Start to sink into that front knee. Settle into the hips a bit here. And then inhaling that back hand all the way down. Exhale, chaturanga. Press the floor away. Upward facing. Exhale to downward facing dog. This time, raising that left leg back. Get all the way forward between the hands. Take your back heel to the mat. Float the arms up. Virabhadrasana 1. As you exhale, just open up to 2. Start to sink into that front knee. Reaching through the arms. And then on your next breath in, back hand comes all the way down to the floor. Frame your front foot here, chaturanga. Elbows draw in, press the floor way upward. And making your way back to downward dog. Deep breaths. In and out. Take another breath in. And then take a deep inhale here. Bottom of the exhalation, bending your knees. Look forward to the hands. You can step or maybe hop. And then lengthen the belly. Fold forward, we'll bend the knees, sink the hips. Take the arms all the way up alongside your ears. Breath in. Exhale, fold all the way down over straight legs. Lengthen the belly here. Plant the hands. You can step or jump back to chaturanga. Press the floor way here upward. Making your way back to down dog. Taking that right leg back. Step it forward between the hands. Take your back heel down to the floor. Float the arms up here. Virabhadrasana 1. As you exhale, open to 2. Start to bend into this front knee. Readjust the stance a bit. Sink into the hips. And then flipping the front palm, take a reverse warrior. As you inhale, take the back hand all the way down. Freeing the front foot. Find that lift through the belly. Chaturanga. Press the floor away. Upward. Exhale to downward dog, left leg this time. Stepping the foot forward between the hands, round the back heel, lift the arms up, Virabhadrasana 1. As you exhale, open to 2, settle in. Start to sink into that front knee. Reaching through the arms here. And then flip your front palm, take a reverse warrior. Inhale that back hand all the way down. Find some lift through the belly. Chaturanga. Press the floor way upward. Exhale back to downward dog or sinking down into a child's pose. Settle in for a couple of breaths. Breathing in and out. And make your way back to down dog. You took a couple breaths in child's pose. Bend the knees here, look forward to the hands. Stepping or hopping head of your mat. Lengthen the belly. Fold forward, we'll come back into chair, Utkatasana. And this time rising all the way up. Tadasana. Nice, bend the knees here, sink the hips, and then take a peek down. Make sure if the feet are separated, check to make sure those knees are that same distance apart. You're not rolling in on the inside of the foot here, not letting the knees drop in toward the center. Weight is reaching toward the heels. You'll see the toes. Arms extend alongside the ears. Breath in. Hold all the way back down over straight legs. Lengthening the belly here, planting the hands. You can step or maybe jump back. Chaturanga. You can always lower the knees here. Cobra or upward. We'll come back to downward. This time, right leg will rise. Bend the knee around your spine. Re-extend. Nose to your knee. One more. And we'll step this one all the way forward between the hands. Keeping this back heel spun up. Float the arms all the way up here. Just rise to a high lunge. And then bring the hands down to the pelvis. Notice your hip points here. Are they facing forward or maybe a little bit of a diagonal? See if you can readjust. The pelvis is level. Dragging that left hip point forward a bit, right hip point back. And then readjust the arms. Reach the arms up overhead here. We'll take a breath. Little bend of that back knee. Open out to the right. Take the back hand down. Left arm alongside your ear. And then direct your breath into that whole left side. Squeeze the inner thighs in, breath in. We'll take the back heel down to the floor. And just open it up to warrior two. Readjust your stance so that as you bend into this front knee, the knee will align over the ankle here. And then bring this thigh more or less parallel to the floor. And then start to sink, settle in a bit. From there, find that extension through the arms. Relax through jaw. Soften the face. Find that extension out through the arms. We'll flip the front palm again, reversing the warrior here. And then bending the elbow, bring it to the front thigh. Left arm alongside the ear. Setting up for a side angle. Really energize the back leg and find that line of energy from your heel all the way to the fingertips here. Staying here, lift this elbow away. Find that support from underneath. You're welcome to extend through that arm. And then grounding down to rise up, warrior two. Take the back hand all the way down. We'll free up that right leg. Bend the knee here, bend the hip. Maybe leg circle the ankle. Circling the other way. Lengthen through that leg. Float the foot down to meet the other foot. This time, we're using the left leg. Bend the knee and around. Re-extend. Nose to your knee. One more. This one's stepping all the way forward between the hands. Back heel stays spun up. Float the arms all the way up your rise and lunge. And then bring your hands down to your pelvis. Notice those bony hip points are big, pointing forward. This is right hip driving back a bit. And you work towards squaring the hips. And then from there, can you take the arms all the way up overhead. Get long through both sides of the waist. Take a breath in. A little bend in that back knee. Reach the arms. Open up to the left this time. Left hand down, right arm alongside here. And then a little bit of a back bend and a side bend here. Breathe. We'll take the back heel to the floor. Open up to two. Readjust. Sink into that front knee. Settle into your hips. Nice and easy breath, breathing in and out. Let's take another breath here. And we'll flip the front palm, reversing the warrior. And then bending that elbow right to the front thigh. Reach the right arm alongside the ear. Can you turn the chest up? Can you turn the gaze up? Energize the legs. Stay here or floating that left hand toward that opposite wall. Find a little lift and support from underneath. Ground down to rise up. Move back to warrior two. Take your time. Back hand comes down. Float the left leg down. Downward dog split. Bend the knee, bend the hip. Circling the ankle here. Circling the other way. Lengthen the leg. We'll float the foot down to meet the other foot. Stay here or inhale into plank. Exhale into chaturanga. Making your way through vinyasa. And meeting back up in downward dog. Deep breaths. You can always lower the knees. Take the hips to the heels. A little rest in child's pose here, lowering the heart rate. Rest in now. And let's breathe in. Look forward of the hands, the bottom of the exhale, bend the knees. Look forward of the hands and step right up. Lengthen the belly. This time, fold forward. We'll bend the knees, sink the hips, come back into chair for Virabhadrasana. And then sit back. Make sure you're hinging from the hips. The chest is reaching forward. Take a breath, and we'll fold all the way down over straight legs. Lengthening the belly here, planting the hands, stepping or jumping back. If you're getting tired, lower the knees. We'll go through vinyasa. And then meeting back up in downward facing dog. Taking that right leg back. Stepping it forward between the hands. Round the back heel. Let's lift this left arm all the way up and around. Settle into warrior two. Start to sink into the hips. Find that reaching extension out through the arms, from fingertip to fingertip. Reverse your warrior here. Come back to warrior two. Shift your gaze down toward the front big toe. You can grab a lap here on your way down. Take Bringing that block 6 to 8 inches in front of the big toe. Going all the way into the right foot, left leg leads your neck. And then flex the foot. Work on opening the hips up toward the sidewall. Turn the chest up from here. Maybe that arm extends. Really energize the back leg. Take another breath. Rebend the knee. Nice soft landing. Back to warrior 2. Nice, guys. Come back into a reverse warrior. This time internally rotating the shoulder, take it up the back. And then lengthen all the way through that leg. Reverse triangle. Cutting the right hip under. Take your hand to your shin. And then roll the chest and shoulder open here. Lengthen that left arm. Up toward the ceiling. For Trikonasana. And then energize the legs. Instead of kind of sinking into your low waist, you can find a little lift away from the floor. Maybe reaching that right hand to the inner calf here. And then on your next breath in, maybe that arm comes alongside your ear. Stay here, take that bottom arm up. And then micro bend that front knee, little lift through the belly. Rise. Nice, rebend the front knee. Spin the back heel and we'll sweep the arms here. And just transition into a high lunge. Take a moment to settle. Try to square off the hips here. And then bring the palms to the face forward. Slowly lengthen through that leg. As you rebend, the arms will reach. And then press down here to rise up and lengthen all the way through that leg. A little hugging in of the inner thighs toward the midline here. One more like that. Press down, rise. Rebend the front knee, join the palms, chest heaves forward, sweep the arms to the right, or come into a twist. Hooking that elbow to the outside of the knee, press the right one into the left. Turn your chest up here, turn your gaze up. And then from here, shift the gaze down toward that front big toe, or all the way into the right foot, soft landing, left foot comes to meet the right. Coming into your twist. Stay here or lengthen the arms. We'll unwind, pull forward, toe heel to feet apart. And you can grab a hold of opposite elbows here, or maybe grabbing a yogi tool up. Lengthen through the belly. As you fold, allow the elbows to bend to the sides. Just allow the weight of the head to release. Try a little fan action here. Stay with a little bend of the knees, or as you lengthen the legs, think of reaching the hips up toward the ceiling. Take another breath. Exhale. We'll release the toes. Toe heel the feet in. Bend the knees, sink the hips, and back to chair. Nice. Set up your chair. Toes peering out, weight reaching toward the heels. Take a breath here. Fold all the way down over straight legs. We'll come into a long spine. Planting the hands, you can step or jump. You can always lower the knees down to your mat if you're getting tired. Press the floor here upward. Making your way back to down dog. This time raising that left leg, bringing it forward between the hands. Take your back foot to the mat. Float this right arm all the way up and around. Come right into warrior 2. And just start to settle in. Sink. Reach down to the outer edge of that back foot. Sink into your front knee. Let's reverse. And then from here, shifting back into warrior 2. Shift your gaze down toward that front big toe. Pour all the way into the left foot here, right twist knee here. Turn your chest up, turn the gaze. Extending through that top arm. Really energize the back leg like you're bringing your footprint to that wall behind you. One more breath. Nice and soft landing here. Transition back into 2. We'll come back into a reverse warrior. And this time internally rotate the shoulders, sweep it up the back, lengthen through that front leg. And then cutting the left hip under. Bring your hand to your shin. Roll the lower ribs under here to help the chest turn up and then extend that right arm. And then find that lift away. Try not to sink down. Take that right arm alongside the ear. Left arm comes alongside the ear, breathe. Press down to rise up. Rebend the front knee. Spinning the back heel away from the earth. Take the arms high. Take a moment to square the hips. Bring the palms to face forward. Lengthen all the way through that leg. Rebend. Strong legs. Press down to rise up. Lengthen all the way. Rebend to reach the arms. One more like that. Press down, rise. Rebend the front knee. Join the palms. Heart draws forward. Sweep the arms here. Taking it into a twist to the left. Really energize to that back leg. And then maybe shift the gaze over that left shoulder. Or all the way into your left foot here. The right foot to meet it. Nice soft landing. Back to your twist. Make sure that right knee is not coming forward to the right. Extending the arms of your leg. Stay low. Nice. Unwind. Hold all the way forward. Don't feel the feet apart. From here, opposite elbows, yogi toe. Or you can slide the hands all the way underneath your feet. Coming up to the wrists. Let the head be heavy. Relax your jaw here. Allow the face to soften. Giving into gravity, letting go. Take another breath in. Exhale fully. And then from here, we'll soften the knees, release the hands. Pull the belly up and in. You're welcome to take the hands onto the thighs. Roll up to stand. Roll your shoulders back at the top. Twinkle the feet in just a bit. Find Tadasana here. Lift all 10 toes away. Spread your toes. Start to pour all the way into that right foot. Left toes leave the earth. Micro bend your right knee. So softening that knee. Heart draws forward as the leg straight back behind you. And then drop the left hip. Allow that thigh to roll in. You can extend through the arms. Roll your chest and shoulders open. We'll bend back into that front knee. Nice soft landing back into a lunge. And this time, spinning the back heel down, just opening up to 2. Lengthen all the way through that leg. Bring your feet so they're parallel. Turn to face the side wall, lift your chest. Hinge from the hips here, fold forward. You're welcome to grab blocks here or hands can come to the floor. Deep breath in and out. And then we'll lengthen the belly here. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Shortening the stance just a bit. Ground down for this left palm. Take your right hand to the sacrum, that flat bone at the base of the spine. Start to turn your chest. From here, turn the gaze. Leave that right arm reaches toward the ceiling. And then unwind. Bring the right palm underneath your nose this time. Left hand to the sacrum. Start to come into this twist. Try and keep the hips level. And then flip the left arm up this time. Reach out through the fingertips. And unwind. We'll walk the hands around. Start to bend into this front knee. Lower the back knee all the way down. Start to sink your hips here. Take your time. We're welcome to grab a hold of some blocks. Once you settle in, take your hands onto your front thigh and just find this lift of the chest. And then add a little pressure down through that right foot. From here, sweeping the arms all the way up into Anjaneyasana. And backstroke the arms all the way around. From here, go ahead and lengthen over that front leg. We'll draw the hips back. And then rebend, draw your heart forward. As you exhale, lengthening through that leg. And then rebend. And just move through that a couple more times. Nice and easy. Moving on the breath. On this last one, we're just going to lengthen over the front leg. Toggle that front foot forward a bit. Maybe the toes lift up toward the ceiling. Find a little more length. You can readjust the blocks as needed, either bringing higher or maybe lower. And then from here, lengthen all the way through that front leg. Folding over. Allow the weight of the head to release here. Relax your jaw. Soften the face. And make sure you're feeling the stretch in the belly of the
the muscle. So not either at your sit bone or behind the knee, but right in the belly of those hamstrings. Take another breath in. Exhale fully. We'll rebound the front knee, nice and easy. Making your way back into a lunge here. Tuck the back toes under, lift through the belly, and this time stepping that left foot to your right. Toe heel the feet apart. So they're just underneath your sitting bones, opposite elbows, yogi toe, or this time lift the feet. And we'll slide the hands all the way underneath. See if we can ground down through the mounds of the big toes here, and then fold forward. You're welcome to stay with a soft bend in the knees, or you can think of lifting those hips up toward the ceiling. As you be folding over, allow the weight of the head to release here, relax your jaw there. Giving into gravity and letting go. Couple more rounds of breath. Another inhale. Exhale fully. We'll release the hands. Keep the knees soft. You're welcome to take the hands onto your thighs and roll it up to stand. Shoulders roll back here, grow top. Take a moment to toe heel the feet in. And then see if you can find this grounding down to lift up. Lift all 10 toes away from the floor, spread your toes, bring them down one at a time. And then start by shifting your weight onto that left foot. Can you ground all the way down to that left leg? Bringing the right toes up. Micro bend this left knee. Find some lift through the belly, bringing the hands onto the hips if you like. Chest comes forward as that leg comes straight back behind you. And then you can take your hands onto your hips and work on squaring the hips, rocking that right hip a bit. Thigh rolling in. From here, open the arms, roll your chest and shoulders over the airplane. Soft landing. High lunge. And take your back heel down. Warrior two. Lengthen all the way through that leg. Bring your feet to their parallel. Readjust as needed. Turn to face the side. Lift your chest. Hands to hips or extending arms. Little back bend. Holding all the way forward. Moving into a second set of wide-legged forward fold. If the hands don't easily reach the floor, maybe take your stance a little wider here. You can also take hands onto blocks. Ground of the head, reaching toward your mat. Breathing in and out. Now think of shifting your weight forward so hips come over the heels. Lining up here and then opening up to that full back body. Take another breath or two. And you can lengthen the belly. Bring that right palm underneath the nose. Bring your left hand to your sacrum. Start to turn the chest. That arm extends up toward the ceiling. Open across the chest here. And then taking the hand back down. Right hand this time, so you can keep the hips level. And then twist from your belly button. Right arm extends. Reaching out. One more breath. And unwind. Walk your hands around for that front foot. Breathe on the front knee, spin off the back heel. Lower the back knee all the way down as needed. Bring some padding onto that back knee, and then you can grab blocks if you like. Take a moment to just sink, settling in. And then as you're ready, hands onto the front thigh, lift your chest. Again, level your hips. Arms extend up overhead. Anjaneyasana, and then sweep the arms all the way around. We'll lengthen over this front leg. Draw the hips back. And then as you rebound, you want to come forward. Exhale, lengthen. And rebound. And then move through that just a couple more times. Moving on the breath here. Nice. So next time that you lengthen over that leg, toe heel the front foot forward a bit so those hips line up over the heels. Reach the toes up toward the ceiling. You can readjust your blocks here. Left foot to the belly. Exhale, fold all the way forward with that front leg. Breathe. And then softening into this, deep breaths in and out. Take another breath here. Exhale. One more breath in. We'll rebound this front knee. Tuck your back toes under. Come back into a low lunge. This time stepping that right foot to meet your left. Fold over the legs. And then from here, softening the knees. We'll make our way to stand once again. Roll the shoulders back, grow top. Feel the feet in a bit. Take a moment and just stand in Shavasana. Inhaling the arms all the way up. Exhale. Holding forward. This time lengthen the belly. and we'll step to a plank. And then you're welcome to lower the knees from here, rocking forward on the tippy toes, or lowering all the way down in one piece, lower your plank to the floor. And then just looking over your shoulder, gently press your ear into the mat here. You can allow the heels to fall apart. The toes will come toward one another. Settle in. Here, bring your chin to the top of the mat. Slide your hands underneath the shoulders, wrap the elbows in. And then from here, start to peel the chest away from the floor. Move a little higher, and then start to bring some weight into the hands here. Keep the legs active. And then careful the shoulders creeping up by the ears. You roll your shoulders back. And keep the chest lifting. Feeling up, bone by bone, nice and slow as you lower down. Same thing, bone by bone, releasing all the way to the floor. Take the opposite ear to the mat. Shimmy the hips. Bring your chin back to the top of that. Wrap the elbows and hands underneath the shoulders. Start to peel the chest away. Keep the legs active here. Rising up, bring some weight into the hands. Keep peeling the chest bone by bone. Maybe the elbows straighten, maybe they don't. Slowly lowering down, nice and easy. Take your cheek to your mat. You can shimmy the hips side to side. Let the heels fall apart. Big twist them together. This time, bring your chin to the top of the mat, reach the arms out. Start to peel the chest away. Activate the legs, reach the toes away from the floor. Roll your shoulders back, lift a little higher. Reach the toes from the back wall, lift higher still, and then lowering down slowly. Bring your cheek to your mat, shimmy the hips. When you're ready, bringing the chin to the top of the mat once again. Rise. Roll your chest and shoulders open here. Lift the thighs away from the floor. Shalabhasana, lifting up a little higher if you're able. Keep the back of the neck long. And then nice and easy, lowering, taking a rest. Over that opposite shoulder. Take the hips side to side. Another breath or two. We'll come into one more Shalabhasana, rising. Slowly peeling up bone by bone. From here, you're welcome to stay in Shalabhasana, keeping the back of the neck long, or bending the knees in one at a time, and making your way into Janyarasana. From here, keeping the feet into the hands, rising up into your back bend. One more breath. Lowering down. And then take the knees apart here. Let's windshield wiper out the legs. You can bend the elbows here. Rest your cheek on your hand if you like. Keeping the legs side to side. And then releasing, sliding the hands underneath the shoulders. We'll press up, hold back. Just a little wider than usual child's pose. So bring the knees wide, big toes come together. Sink the hips to the heels. Take another breath in. And then sliding forward a bit on your mat, we're going to come into Ustrasana. So you can bring your block between your inner thighs if you like. And that engagement of the inner thighs will also help to engage the core a bit here. And then tuck the toes under. Slide the hands a little back. You can either bring fingertips to point down or fingertips to point up. Press the hip points forward. Hands are on the sacrum here. And then as if you've got a string lifting you up through the chest, See if you can find that opening at the upper back, coming into the middle backs, and then into the lower back. Keep the hip points pressing forward, and then you can release the hands back one at a time. Releasing hands from the heels. Stay here or untuck the toes. Try and keep those hip points pressing forward as if the hips are up against a wall. And then it's up to you whether or not you drop the head back or keep it held. One more breath. Slowly come up. We're going to come into a downward puppy here. Sliding hands forward, rest the forehead. And then you can come up onto fingertips if you like. Hollow out the armpits. Nice and easy. We're going to sit back onto the heels from here. You can also take some padding underneath the knees or the tops of the feet if you want to take your blanket. And then from here, you can slide the extra flesh of the calves away. Take a hold of your heels. Start to round your spine, bringing your chin to your chest. Lowering the crown of the head onto the floor near the knees. And then from here, start to lift up through the hips. Make sure that you're still bringing most of the weight out of the head and neck here. Should feel a nice stretch in the low back. Into rabbit pose. Take another breath or two here. And we'll slowly lower the hips back toward the heels. This time, taking that version of child's pose with the arms kind of wrap around the knees. Take a little sway side to side if you like, to the forehead. Side to side, like a little massage. Feel nice. From here, lengthening the arms out long in front of you. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Come to down dog and raise the right leg. Stepping it forward between the hands. I'm going to put over to the left here. Drop the knee to the right. You're welcome to take a block or a blanket underneath the hip for support. If you like, you can roll it lengthwise and then maybe bring it on a diagonal here so it supports the right hip and the front of the left thigh. Lengthen the belly and we'll fold over. And then you're welcome to take a block here underneath the forehead if you like. And just settling in, relax your jaw. Softening into this. Just breathe into this for a few more rounds of breath. Allow the face to soften. Nice and easy. Start to walk this in. Taking any padding away from this right hip, we're going to roll onto the right hip and keep rolling into those left toes going up toward the ceiling. Readjust the right foot to the inner groin. Sit up top here. Find this length. Take a twist out to your right. Find that sense of Tadasana through that left leg. So flexing the foot here, draw the toes back. And then stay in your twist. We'll take the right arm alongside here. Side bend over to your left. Try and keep the chest turning up. Stay here with this hand to keep the chest turning, or lengthening that arm down the leg. And then breathe into this full right side. We'll take another breath in. On an inhalation, rising. Take the hand to the outside of this hip. Stay here. Just peel the hips away from your mat. Lengthen this arm alongside here. Breathe into that whole left side. And then taking the hands down, tuck your back toes under, lift through the belly. We'll free up that right leg. You can take some circles of the ankle, or you can circle, take larger circles of the leg and the hip joint. Lengthening that leg, float it down to meet the other foot. Left leg this time, stepping it forward. And then if you like, padding that left hip here. Maybe taking that padding to the front of the right thigh. Lengthen your belly. And then folding over. Allow the weight of the head to release here, relax your jaw. Just breathing into this, letting go, allow the face to soften. Just letting go. We're here a few more rounds of breath. Slowly and mindfully start to make your way back up. Take any padding away from this left hip. Roll on to that left hip. Keep rolling into those right toes. Coming up toward the ceiling. Flex this foot a bit. Take a twist to your left this time. And then taking that left arm alongside your side and to your right. You can keep this hand here, encouraging the chest to turn up, or slide the right hand down the calf toward your heel. And then direct your breath into that whole left side, reaching out through the left fingertips. Take another breath here. As you inhale, rise. Take the hand to the outside of that hip. Feel the hip sway. Breathe into this right side. And then taking that hand back down to the floor. Tuck your back to the center. Lift with the belly. Free up that left leg. Bend the knee. Bend the hip. Maybe circling the ankle or circling in the joint here. Nice and easy. For a couple cycles. Release that foot down to meet the other foot. This time bending the knees, looking forward to the hands, stepping or hopping onto a seat. And we'll swing the legs out in front. Take a bend in the knees. Slide forward on your mat a bit. Keep a block handy or a blanket if you have one. Hands back behind the thighs. We're going to roll down and come onto the back here. And the setup for bridge. So walk the feet in. Tuck your chin slightly towards your chest. Release the arms by your sides. And then just peel the hips away from the floor. Keep a sense of abducting, so drawing in toward the midline, knees lengthening for that wall. Take another breath in. We're going to roll it down, bone by bone. Rolling through your spine. Let the low back release into the floor. Press your low back down, peel your hips away. Chin coming toward the chest. Lengthening those knees toward the opposite wall. Little sense of abducting or drawing in toward your midline here. Glutes engaged. Roll down, nice and easy. One zone at a time. Third set, bridge or full wheel, your choice. And then keep a block handy here. We're going to set up for a supported bridge. So transitioning from bridge into supported bridge, sliding that block underneath. You can bring it on the low or medium height, or even stack two blocks on your low height. Stay here, maybe opening up the fronts of the hips and just breathing into this. Or from here, lengthening one leg and then the other up toward the ceiling. You're welcome to take a little bend in the knees as needed, maybe flex the feet a bit, and we'll come into a supported shoulder stand. If you don't have anything to bring underneath the hips, you can also come onto the wall here. Swing the legs around. Come the legs up the wall. And then wherever you are, breathing into this. Deep breaths in and out. Just softening, releasing. Just allowing for that return of blood flow to the heart. Breathing in and out for a few more rounds of breath. Take another breath in. Take an entire out breath to bend the knees. Take the feet all the way down to the floor. Lift the hips away here. Slide your block out. And then you can walk your feet out to the edge of the mat and just drop your knees toward the center here. Take the arms up overhead like cactus arms, bending the elbows, and start to windshield wiper out the legs. Taking your knees to the left and then to the right. Go for a couple cycles on your own. See if you can connect this with your breath. And then the next time that you drop those knees to the left, look over that right shoulder. Breathe into that forward side. We'll inhale it back to the center, bring the legs up and over, drop the knees to the right. This time breathe into that left side. Nice and easy. From here, bend the knees and wrap the arms around the knees. Little circles, releasing the low back. From here, let the knees drop open. We'll take a hold of the ankles, ground the sacrum first. Stay here, slide the hands to the arches of the feet. And then you're just lifting one leg, and then the other here, rocking side to side. Take your time. Get into a little happy baby. Try and keep that sacrum grounded. After you've gone through a couple cycles on your own, from here you can lift both legs if you like, and then bring the soles of the feet together, bending the knees in. Take that shape down to the floor, and if you've got some blocks handy, you can slide the blocks underneath of the knees and the thighs here. And then we'll come into a little breath work here. So making a diamond shape, connecting the index fingers and thumbs, take that diamond shape to your lower belly. And just breathing in and out. As you breathe in, let the index fingers and thumbs separate. As you breathe out, letting the index fingers and thumbs sit back together. Stay with this breath, just breathing in and out. Take another deep inhale here. Exhale fully, release the hands, and then sliding the hands to the outsides of the knees. Draw the knees together and just slide your blocks away. And as you're ready, lifting one leg and then the other, long onto your mat here, and you're welcome to take your blanket if you have one handy, pulling it lengthwise and bringing it up underneath the knees. And then we'll lie back. Let your arms release at your sides, bring your palms to face up. Coming into Shavasana, final resting pose.
Starting to deepen the breath. Bring some movement back to the body, moving the fingers, the toes. As you're ready, taking the arms up overhead. Taking this final stretch from your fingers all the way down to your toes. A deep breath in as you exhale, bending the knees in one at a time. We'll make our way onto the right side. Just pause. Taking a moment. Coming back to your breath. As you're ready, making your way up to a seat, just allowing for the head to be the last to come up. We'll come back to where we started. Returning to your intention, rejoining the hands over the heart. From here, closing clasp with the sound of one Om. Your hands to forward center and pulling forward. Namaste. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great evening. I don't know if you're experiencing this thunderstorm, but it's pretty incredible.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Kathleen.
Thank you. See you
Thank you
next
so much.
time.
It's not raining there, is it?
No.
It might be on its way. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like the sky just opened up. It's like raining.
Well, have a
Thanks,
good night.
Meredith.
Well, stay dry.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I
Thanks
was
so
wondering
much.
what happened to the woman on her terrace when the skies opened up here. I was thinking of you.
Yeah, I know. I was like, Sharon's going to have to run inside, but she's down the beach.
Okay, thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much, Janice. Have a good one.
You too.